Hey Cancer, this is your bi-weekly reading. So we are taking a look at the waxing phase of the moon. That's what we're working with. And we're going from the new moon in Capricorn on January 11th to the full moon on January 25th in Leo. That is all in tropical astrology that I'm talking about. And worth working with the waxing phase of the moon for this period of time. We are looking at what is the linchpin here? What is going to be the place where if you were to focus your time, energy, and attention into, I don't know why I'm feeling a second card. If you were to focus your time, energy, and attention into, that it would be the most beneficial and ripple out and affect all areas of your life in the most positive way, right? So if we are working with the energy of building momentum, planting seeds, setting intentions, all of that, if you've joined me before, then you'll know that I've said that not every new moon is the most ideal for that. This one's different. This one actually is. And so I would pay extra attention to this one. I just put out a video earlier today for an astrological highlight video about the new moon. So I will link that at the end of this video so you can go check that out. I highly recommend it. It is really about setting us up, not just for this lunation from new moon to new moon, but also for the rest of the year. So, all right, let's take a look at what area is coming up for you. And it's the 11th house, right? So this is the house of, I would say social groups, peer groups, community in that way. And that can be IRL or online. So whichever that is. Also any kinds of collaborators, like collaborations with people. But yeah, this is your social house, right? And that I would say, I'm not like, it's not necessarily friends. I would say close friends would be a different house. This would be kind of more social friends or acquaintances or, you know, people that you see when you go like out to, you know, whatever social engagements that you go to, right? So community in that sense, you know, and definitely can be collaborators in that sense, right? And this doesn't have to be professionally, right? I just want to point that out because I think sometimes when we talk about the 11th house, there is this tendency for people to think it's just career related. It's not necessarily just career related, right? Our peer and social groups are important to us and to our health. And so it is important for us to focus our time, energy, and attention into that and make sure that that is a healthy area of our life as well. And with that, what we have showing up is the Page of Cups and the Seven of Wands. You know, I'm just gonna say, like, it feels really, like, if I were just to put my hand over this one here for a moment, this particular card with the Page of Cups, it just feels very, like fanciful, very, almost innocent, youthful, curious. That's the kind of energy of the Page of Cups, right? And there is this kind of connecting through, I don't want to say necessarily fantasy, but through a more dreamy way, a more emotional, empathetic kind of way. And also really fun. Like I find that the Page of Cups feels just like fun and imaginative. I think that's the word I was really looking for, like imaginative and curious. And so I just like, I feel like for some of you, I don't know why, but for some of you, I feel like this is in relation to something to do with the arts. But for others, like, I don't know why I got that ping, but that's for someone, or for a few of you. But I think that looking through the lens of your, like through this lens at your social groups and your peer groups and being able to say like, okay, well, what feels good? Like what helps me feel like, you know, like lighthearted and youthful and happy and bright and not weighing me down, right? Also, just where are there the places in contrast where you feel like you kind of almost have to kind of like defend your position, or you feel like there's that kind of friction where you try to upgrade or up level and you feel like maybe there are people who are trying to prod at you or kind of pull you back, kind of like the crabs in the pot thing. I don't know if you guys know about that. I feel like a lot of people do, but you know, it's kind of like this idea where like if one crab is starting to like escape and get out, the others will go up and pull that one down. It's like, no, we all die together. No one can get out, right? And so, well-meaning or not, like people don't necessarily do this consciously, but when they see us growing and changing in certain ways and maybe upgrading our lives in certain ways, they can kind of feel like, oh no, don't leave me behind. We all need to stay here together, right? So are there areas of your life where you're feeling that way with regard to like your social groups and your peer groups? And just what is the health like of this? Like, what do you want to build? Remember that these are the areas of our life that when they are healthy are really supportive in those times where life kind of gets windy and takes like these dips. And it's helpful for us to have a support network or different groups that really are that feel good, right, that feel uplifting in some way. So and so this is something that if you were to put some time, energy, and attention to, this could really ripple out and affect your life in a really great way. Other than this, right, like obviously this is not the only thing to focus on for 2 weeks. Obviously there are other things going on in your life, so I would really recommend watching the video. I will link that here at the end here. If this video was helpful, which I hope it was, please give the video a like. Share this with another Cancer if you feel like that might be helpful for them. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. As I said at the end of last year, I am moving through some things that I will talk about at a later date, but I'm hoping for things to stabilize in the next month or two, and then I'll be able to release some of that new content that I was talking about, which I'm excited about. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.